Welcome everyone to the PJ's Cast. I am your host Pierce, alongside of my good co-host Rose and Dylan. So here we are. It is regular season eve. Before we get into that, happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Canadian listeners.
I
I had
guess.
I had my Canadian Thanksgiving dinner yesterday. Had some ham, had some turkey, had some mashed potatoes with gravy, had some stuffing, some
Yes, sir.
buns. And then I said to my mom, I said, Mom, this Thanksgiving dinner is bussing of the highest degree. And I made her laugh at the dinner table. So I
When you
thought that was a
when you
cool,
ate
cool
it,
moment I'd
when
share.
you ate it, did you say "Gah"?
Yet! This is almost as good as that grimace shake we had in Ohio.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with
Toilet.
all that ham?
That was
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
Something
How
like
are we
that.
doing today, folks? How excited are we for tomorrow? What are we feeling
Oh,
like right now?
today's been a day, but I am very excited for tomorrow. Like I checked the games today. Forgot there's no preseason left. I
Thank
cannot
God.
wait for
Can we
tomorrow.
just say that's preseason was too fucking long. Like we should already be like the first week of hockey should be done already. Like I agree with Pierre LeBrun when he's always like, yeah, we should start the season at the end of September, like right as fall starts, and then reward the cup before the 1st of June.
Yep. Yep. Sounds right.
But we have 6 months of hockey ahead of us, and then another two with the playoffs. Let's get right into the season previews. We're going to start off with the Western Conference. A lot of transactions have happened. There's been a few big signings today. We'll get into all of that when we go through each team. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through all four divisions, and we're going to go through each team, what we think, where we think they're going to end up in the division. And I have some over and unders pulled up from DraftKings Sportsbook, which if you're watching the video, you can see the ticker at the bottom. It says DraftKings.com promo code THPN. You can use that for all of your sports betting needs. That's not just hockey. That's with football now. It's with all sports, with baseball playoffs happening and the NBA starting up soon, all that stuff. So, yeah. First team, we got the Anaheim Ducks.
This would be shouldn't be too hard.
I literally have in my notes Anaheim Ducks crap. So let's start there.
Yeah, let's start. Anaheim Ducks crap.
So crap, as a matter of fact, they finished with one less point than the Chicago Blackhawks. That's how bad they were last year. 23 wins and a negative 129 goal differential.
They were the number one odds for Bedard, correct? I believe they were.
Yeah, they were the worst team in the NHL. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's between them and the Sharks to be the worst team in the Pacific. I mean, that's just kind of almost set in stone. Oh man, there's just not really much to talk about there. I mean, I believe
No.
Drysdale made the team. I have
Well,
not.
yeah, they had signed Zegras and Drysdale, which I mean, good for them, 3 years. But I would have given them at least Zegras more term. But you know what? Whatever. Like they have a nice young team. Like they have pieces. I just don't think they're really that great still.
No, they're
This
not.
year is only about prospects developing and offloading money if possible.
They're kind of
I
like
know
the Blackhawks still. I think they're a little further ahead than the Blackhawks are, but like not too much.
Yeah. You just want guys like Zegers and McTavish to take a step this year. And if
Mhm.
anything
Leo
else happens,
Carlson.
cool.
Yeah. I think Leo Carlson's making the team, isn't he?
They should send him back to Sweden or put him in the A, but that's just me.
Yeah, there's no need to put him on this team right now.
He hasn't played well in preseason either, so like I don't.
Oh, I actually don't know if he made the team or not, but yeah, it'd probably be better for him to not be in a losing environment.
There's no
like
it's one thing if he's lighting it up. He's not lighting it up right now, so don't kill his confidence and let him go light up another league.
I don't think Zellweger made the team either, which is also a good thing. I don't think Minchikov made the team either. Like, let the guys who have been up there the past couple of years let them cook, and we'll go from there. Like,
what was it Detroit would say about their prospects? You got to ripen them, let them ripen, leave them in the A, send them back to juniors, whatever it is. There's no need to rush them with this Anaheim team. It's a fucking mess. John Gibson is playing at his absolute worst and continues to. There's no reason. Absolutely no reason. Where do we think they place in the division, boys?
7th.
If not for San Jose, easy 8, but San Jose does exist, so I'm going 7.
Yes, yeah, hard agree.
Also, we have to do the over and under
Oh boy,
for Anaheim. Over under set at 70.5. What are we thinking?
Under.
Under, yeah.
I'm gonna take a wild swing and say fucking under.
Unless they lose in overtime like 15 times, but I don't like if that team gets above 35 wins, I'd genuinely be shocked. It's not happening.
No.
On to the next team, the Calgary Flames. Very, very interesting because I feel 2021-22, best case scenario happened for that team. Like all their big guns had career years. They made it to the playoffs, had 50-plus wins, ran into those damn Oilers, but hey, at least you got the band coming back together. And then in the offseason, boom, Gaudreau leaves, you trade Kachuk. But then you get back Huberdeau and Weegar, and you're thinking, oh, okay, we don't have, Gaudreau and Kachuk, guys who put up 100-plus points, but we got another guy who put up 115 points. We got Weegar back, who's a borderline top 2 defensive pairing. And I think worst-case scenario happened for them last year. The vibes were just bad with Daryl Sutter as head coach. Jacob Markstrom sucked. It seemed like every highlight he was in, he was like turning the puck over behind the net. He had a sub.
Yeah, a lot of dang it's last year for Jacob Markstrom.
Yeah, I believe Steve Dangle says something about that. I don't know. But my dad told me I remember I was watching Game 5 of the 2012 Stanley Cup Final, and Jonathan Quick went to go play a puck behind the net, and then Zach Parise stole it from him and scored on him. And I remember my dad saying, unless you're Martin Brodeur, you shouldn't be playing the puck. And I agree with him.
Probably right.
But that's besides the point. Like, even worst case scenario last year, they missed the playoffs by like 1 point. Last year they had 93 points. Well, they missed by 2 points, but like you look at the overall league, they still had more points than the Florida Panthers,
which is insane. Like, it is awful as the environment was there in Calgary. They were still that close.
Yeah, like everything went worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And they still only missed by a couple points. And they had 17 overtime losses. Like, turn a couple of those into wins, you're in the playoffs, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's all done. You didn't make it.
I love those.
I don't know. I still think they can turn things around. Like, but then I look at the moves they made this offseason, like trading away Tyler Toffoli, you get Sharangovich back. Fine. I think he'll be a okay like middle 6 guy. But Tyler Toffoli had like almost 40 goals and was almost point per game player.
Huge subtraction for that team. A team that does not have a lot of pure goal scorers.
It's just I still think they're in a good position to make a run at a playoffs. But in terms of being a team that can make a deep Stanley Cup final run, I don't know.
They're a wild card team in my opinion. Like like you said, everything went wrong and they barely missed the playoffs last year. This is a team 2 years ago that was first in their division. Like the talent's there. If Jacob Markstrom gets his head out of his ass, they're gonna win games.
Like a 9-10 goalie, they're probably fine.
They're gonna win games. Like
Markstrom's been this kind of goalie his whole career too. He's very on and off. I think they make the playoffs. I don't think, like Schmitty said, I think they're a wild card team. But I think they're going to be immensely better than last year simply for not having Daryl Sutter there. I think trading away a guy like Toffoli, big loss to your goal scoring. But getting rid of Sutter is such a plus for the entire team. I just can't see them being anything worse than last year. I don't think Markstrom could be worse than he was last year. I've got him penciled in for a wild card spot.
Likewise. I have the Calgary Flames as the second wild card. I have them 5th in the Pacific. I feel the Pacific is low-key going to turn into the best division. Like I think we always talk about the Atlantic, but the Pacific is very damn good. I mean, you got we'll get into the teams later, but yeah, I got Calgary 5th, second wild card.
Yep, same here.
Let me do my math here.
What say you, Rose, about the Calgary Flames?
I mean, 4th. I don't. Yeah, let's say 4th in the division.
Still same thing. Wild card.
Yep.
Yeah. Over under 95.5 points.
Ooh.
Over.
Yeah,
it goes slightly over. Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna go with you guys. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go 3 hours north to
Mm,
Edmonton, where I live, but also where the Oilers play professional NHL hockey.
that's the second most notable thing here, though. Let's make that clear.
Yeah, no, yeah, like the PJ's cast obviously is number one, but,
Yeah, like,
but we all know
come
that.
on. You see the mustache on this guy? Come on.
Yeah. Gonna grow it for Movember. See how far it goes. It's slowly growing, but I think it's coming along nicely.
I'm just really glad to see Austin Matthews' influence, man. It's just really beautiful.
No. It was a better Toronto sports athlete. It was actually Davis Schneider. We'll get it right.
Okay.
We
My
won't
bad.
talk about the Blue Jays
I overstepped.
in the wild card again. So the Edmonton Oilers finished with 50 wins last year, 109 points, just about took that Pacific Division. If it weren't for those damn pesky Vegas Golden Knights. They beat the LA Kings in the first round once again, but then once again, they lose to the eventual Stanley Cup champion.
Fun how that happens, isn't it?
Spoiler alert, I think they're gonna win the division. Like there's too much talent. Like McDavid and Draisaitl. It feels like every year they're getting better. We saw McDavid put up like 150 plus points last year, Draisaitl 120. If that's not their best, I'm scared to think what that would be and what that would mean for not only the Pacific Division but the Western Conference and the rest of the NHL. Their defense, I mean, the thing we've been saying about the Oilers for years is like they don't have to be too amazing around McDavid and Draisaitl. Like you just need decent help. And
Yeah.
well, Hyman and Nugent Hopkins might regress. Like you brought in Connor Brown, you got a couple of young guys that might get a chance and produce that offense with Dylan Holloway. Their defense, again, not amazing, but like you got some stability there with Matthias Ekholm being there a full year. Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci don't have to be the first pairing. Evan Bouchard might get the most points as an NHL defenseman just by virtue that he's going to be passing the puck to McDavid and Draisaitl and also just ripping bombs on the power play. And same thing with the goal. Same thing with the goaltending. Like Jack Campbell wasn't great last year. Stuart Skinner had a very solid campaign as a rookie goalie, was a Calder finalist. Like again, you don't have to be amazing, but like be a 9-10, 9-15, that'll be enough to get this team into the playoffs. And I think we're not necessarily doing who's going to win the cup predictions at least yet, but I mean, it's got to be the Oilers year. Like this year, next year with Draisaitl, McDavid's contract looming. This is their time to win right now. It's their time to go on. I got them first in the Pacific.
Yep.
Yeah. I currently think there's 4 juggernauts in the NHL right now. They're one of them, just strictly off their high-end offense. They could have, I mean, they showed it last year. Skinner played pretty well, but like Campbell crapped the bed and they still were second in the division or first in the division, whatever it was. I don't think there's anything stopping this team barring health. They're gonna make acquisitions at the deadline to even bolster their depth scoring or their depth defense. I think the only thing that can maybe get in their way is if Skinner regresses and Campbell doesn't have a positive regression back to the mean. Because like I don't think Jack Campbell's an 880 goalie or whatever he was last year. And I also we'll see if Stuart Skinner can be a 915 again, which is a lot to ask out of a young goalie. First in the division. I don't have him like with the President's Trophy, but like I think they could be in contention for that depending on how things go. It really like it's the regular season. McDavid can take this team as far as he wants, honestly. It's gotten to that point.
Yeah. Of course, playoffs are a different picture, but yeah, in the regular season, having McDavid and Draisaitl, I mean, that alone, that carries your team. They've added a lot. Matthias Ekholm, I mean, I feel like that's not talked about enough. Having that addition for an entire year. We saw how good he was at the end of the year in the regular season with them. A full year, that's going to be great for him. He really, really helped shore up that defense. When you got a guy like Darnell Nurse being on your top 2, he can play on the second pairing if need be. He'll probably still play top pairing minutes with Bouchard, but I just think that defense is so much better rounded out, even with Cody Ceci.
And he missed the net by a mile.
I'd be crazy if I didn't say number 1 in the division. Number 1.
Agreed. So over under for the Oilers is 106.5. I'm taking the over. I think they can get like
Over. Oh my
110
gosh.
points.
I think the only thing that might make it close is just like you said, the Pacific. I have 5 teams coming out of the Pacific this year for the playoffs,
same.
so I think they could be beating up on each other a little bit, but 106 is definitely reasonable. It's one of those things with Edmonton where they just got to start hot and finish hot. Those are the
Well,
two
that's the
things.
thing. They've had such like the past 2 years, they've had such slow starts, and then they really turn it on in the second half. Like if they,
Remember we were talking last year about how they have no depth scoring whatsoever, how they have nothing going on in the bottom 6, which they didn't.
which was
But
true.
look how things can change.
Remember when Julian McKenzie came on our show in January of 2022 and said the Oilers wouldn't make the playoffs, and then they went to the conference final.
Mm-hmm. And then the next year, awful first half. Everyone wrote them off. I'd say us included.
But I mean, it was
Yeah.
rightfully deserved. Like at that time, I don't think they had fired Tippett yet. Like it was looking like you're gonna waste a year of prime McDavid and Draisaitl. But
Oh, I mean, just last season. I mean,
that's
last
true.
season,
Yeah.
last
So that's
season,
50
Woodcroft's
wins.
been there, and they looked rough. They looked very bad. Second half of the year, they go off, and they lose to the Stanley Cup champions, but they fought hard and they were in it the entire series.
Yeah, they gave Vegas probably their toughest challenge, and Vegas had probably one of the most dominant runs in recent history.
Absolutely.
All right. So yeah, I think we're all unanimous on that one. Number
That's
one in
pretty easy.
division.
Number one. I'm gonna be.
Over
I'm just gonna
100%.
say, man. I mean, LA makes it tough, but there's just
On the topic of LA, we'll get on to them. The Los Angeles Kings. 2 years in a row, they made the playoffs. They have, they've done a really good job of, mixing their younger stars with their older stars. And I think they've even got better with like that 1-2-3 punch at center of Kopitar, Dubois, and Deneau. That is just lethal. And then if one of them gets injured, oh no, we got to shift Byfield to center now.
Oh no! What are we gonna do with Quentin Byfield at center? Oh, so tough being the
like
LA
maybe
Kings.
he's not going to pan out into this like number one monster center. Like I think a lot of people thought he would at his draft, but he doesn't need to be that anymore. Like LA is just such a deep team everywhere. Defense, they're solid as well. The only thing against them is goaltending, but I think that's with a lot of teams right now.
Okay, I agree that it's a lot of teams' weaknesses, but like for a team that wants to contend for a Stanley Cup, I can't get over the fact that they're going to ride Cam Talbot and Phoenix Copley. Like that's asking for a lot, in my opinion. And I don't care if they got you to the playoffs last year. That's great. Look what happened in round one again. Like they needed to go. They needed to upgrade, in my opinion, and they still can. Like for all we know, Nashville could stink, and they can go trade for Saros.
Nashville traded for Hellebuck while they had the chance, but that's not happening now.
Yep.
I'm a bit surprised they didn't get Saros in the offseason. I thought that would be a slam dunk trade for them. I don't understand why they went for Dubois over him. Not sorry, interrupting there, but I just don't. I don't understand the logic there. Yeah, there's a need for goaltending if you want to contend. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. And I think their defensive depth isn't as good as some people would say. They have a ridiculous forward core. They're like, okay, how do I put this? They're the West Coast Leafs right now. That's what they're slow, like just in terms of like a stacked forward core.
Nailed it. Stacked forward core, shaky defense. What the fuck are you doing in net?
Except I would take Samsonov over any of the.
Oh, absolutely.
But they don't have a backup, so like that's where their weakness comes in goal. I don't know, man. Like I have them third in the division this year. I think I just think their goaltending is going to bite them at some point this year. Like, yeah, he might have had like a 910 last year, but like, what if he drops to like an 880, which is what Phoenix Copley's been known for most of his career? Like, I don't know, man.
Yes.
It's risky gambling. Let's just put it that way. With a team that should be starting to have like a quick 2 or 3 year cup contention window before Kopitar and Doughty get too old.
So. Yeah, you put a guy like Saros or Hellebuck on that team, and I mean they're cup favorites easily, and didn't happen. I still don't get the Dubois trade. I mean, center depth is obviously one of the most important things in the entire league, but you have Kopitar, you have Deneau, Byfield. Again, he looks like he won't be that 1-2 punch kind of guy. He could be your third line center. He can be in the middle six. I just don't understand that trade. I think it didn't put them lower, but I don't think it put them above the way they need to be a contending team. So I put them. I've been second and third. It's hard to choose, but I'm just gonna say I feel third. I'm feeling third in my gut. Third in division.
I agree with that. The goaltending defense is all right. Like the forward core is amazing, and I mean, you bring up the Leafs comparison. They haven't won a playoff round since 2014. 2 back-to-back first-round exits. Hey, even the Leafs have won a playoff series since then. But yeah, I have the Kings. I have the Kings third. I think
come back to the Leafs, doesn't it? Oh boy, whatever.
It always does. Run from it, dread from it. Like
yeah,
I got Kings third. I think they are a step behind the two teams at the top, Vegas and Edmonton. Still a very good team, though.
absolutely.
Over under 99.5. Take the over.
Under.
Ooh.
I think they get like 97.
I think they just get like 100 points, like exactly.
I could see it. I don't know. Did they get 100 points last year? I don't feel like they did.
Oh yeah, they got 104.
Ooh,
I'm going
big
under.
ballers.
I'm going under.
By the way, this team is paying 2.2 or 2.025 of Ivan Provorov's salary for the next 2 years. No idea why. No idea why.
How many years again?
This year and next year.
Oh, okay, thank God. I thought for some reason I heard the word 5 and my heart stopped. What?
No. But it's still ridiculous regardless. Anyways.
Congratulations, you're paying $2 million to a piece of shit human being. Nice.
All right.
Let's go on to another great California team that we mentioned earlier. The San Jose Sharks. I don't think there's much to talk about. They traded away their only good piece last year, Erik Karlsson. They really didn't get much from that.
They got Anthony Duclair. Can you stop it? They traded Steven Lorentz. The team is
hey. And they got back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Jan Ruda. No, you're so right. You know what? They're
the Jan Ruda one is probably the biggest one, let's be honest.
Yeah, like why have a 3-time Norris winner who scored 100 points when you can have a 2-time Stanley Cup champion? I don't see Erik Karlsson.
I was gonna say, I don't see any rings on his face.
I don't see 2 rings blocking his ears. Yeah, I agree. You know what? No, San Jose, first place in division, President's Trophy, and Stanley Cup.
They added 2.
You're so right. Let's end the podcast right now. We don't need to do any more.
San Jose,
wet fart. There we go.
Yep.
That's all you need to say.
8th place, over under 66.5.
A wet fart would make it tasty. It's dry, it's boring, it's bland. I think it's just a straight little toot. Nobody notices it. Nobody needs to.
Like you don't even get it. Yeah, no, you're right. You don't even get a reaction.
No, you're just a little toot.
Start watching Macklin Celebrini tape. Tank Bowl between them and Philly's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. I can't wait to get to Philly. Oh boy.
But I don't have much to say about San Jose except try to get off some of those long-term contracts if it's even possible.
Apparently,
don't know if it is.
Couture might be in play. I saw.
That'd be interesting. I mean, like anything to get rid of those mega no moves. So power to them.
Boat anchored contracts.
But 8th in the division. Probably dead last. I was thinking maybe Philly, but dude, they're bad.
Oh no, it's the Sharks.
They're bad. But they're trying to be bad, so that's a good thing. Just start watching Celebrini tape. Sharks fans just get a subscription to watch BU hockey games this year. It'll make you feel a lot better.
Yep.
Yeah, I still don't understand this, but Thomas Hertl, 7 years left, no movement clause. Marc-Edouard Vlasic has 3 years left at $7 million.
It's not great.
And then Logan Couture, 4 years left at modified no trade clause. Couture is 34. Vlasic is 36.
Did they retain on Karlsson or did they retained on Burns? I know that, but
yeah, they return on both. 2.72 for Burns for the next 2 years, and then 1.5 on Karlsson for the next 4 years.
Okay, 1.5 is not. I forgot it's not. They didn't retain as much, which is why they didn't get as much.
They didn't get as much. Yeah, exactly.
Oh well, yeah. Sorry, Sharks fans. It's going to be like how it was for the Hawks last year. Hopefully,
yeah. I was going to say they are the Hawks from last year.
Yeah. Hold on.
Changing of the guard.
next team is a team I think we all have really appreciated what they've done since day one. Only their third season now, the Seattle Kraken.
Crackheads,
They
Red
need
Sox.
a let's
Kraken.
go.
What's up, baby? Yes, sir.
We got to make a trip to the
Great way to
Kraken.
start that off. Shout out to the
No,
Kraken.
just I was
podcast.
honestly.
You know, it's most of them.
Thanks for interrupting. I really appreciate
I'm
that.
so serious.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. Seattle Kraken, I thought they could be a team like the first year. They kind of sneak in, maybe not as good as Vegas. I think what they did last year was kind of what I was expecting year one, but I was also surprised by what they did last year. They took out the defending Cup champions Avalanche in 7 games, and then they gave the Dallas Stars all they could handle. And you look at the team, there's not a legitimate superstar, at least not yet. Hell, they might even have one and a few players that could emerge into that this year, but they just have a lot of good pieces. Like they're just a well-oiled machine. They're a very deep team, and I feel like I've given Dave Haxtell a lot of like crap, but I feel like he's done a very good job coaching that team. And I'm excited to see with the young pieces that they have and the pieces they already have in place if they can take that next step and maybe not join the tier of like Edmonton and Vegas, but kind of like compete for like a division spot with a Los Angeles.
You know what? They're hanging around, and sometimes that's all you gotta do as a team, especially a young one. Again, third year ever. I don't know the average age on that team, but again, just a young existing team. Hang around. That's more than good enough. They've shown they can hang around in the playoffs. Just for Seattle, I think it's just do more of the same, and I think that's probably pretty easy for them to do.
Yeah, the big thing I would concern with Seattle right now is stay healthy. They have Decord being their full-time backup this year, so we'll see how like if Grubauer can get a little better this year, because it seems like last year Martin Jones was actually the guy who won a lot of their games. So that'll be interesting
Really,
to
no
see.
team placed him on waivers.
Yeah. And then I think Beniers is going to take a step point wise. How big of a step that is, I'll leave him to determine that. But I got to think they're going to give him more ice time than they were at the beginning of last year. So that'll help. Like he has proven he's an NHL player. I'm curious to see if Jared McCann can hit 40 goals again. I don't think that's going to happen, but like he could hit 30 again. That'll be nice.
I feel like you're hoping the Beniers like improvement kind of makes up for the Jared McCann like back to the reality.
Yeah, those can cancel each other out. That'll be good.
Of course, cancel culture.
Yeah,
Okay, buddy.
Okay, pal.
I'm sick of having such an alt-right host. It's a bit frustrating, really.
I was not that all right, actually. When I went to the January 6th, I wore a mask just to be safe. I'll have you know, on the record. Thank you very much.
God damn it. God damn it.
This fucking guy again.
Hey, this fucking guy.
You really do amuse me.
Anyways, fourth in the
Vince Dunn had
division.
64
Oh my
points.
gosh.
Isn't that crazy, guys? That's a lot of points for
I won't lie. Yeah, I messed up. Vegas slipped my mind. I have Calgary 5th again, Seattle 4th. There's no way I'm putting Calgary above Seattle. No.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So yeah. I have Seattle 4th. I don't think they quite make it to compete with LA, Vegas, and Edmonton, but I think they could. I think they're gonna get they could push for 100 points. Like that Pacific is so damn good, and I think they're gonna be up on the Central this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think Shane Wright has made the team, but they have.
No, he's in
Coach Shilla.
Yep, that's the name
of
of it.
Firebirds. How many tickets is this guy gonna buy?
6.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks. They suck.
Well, our good for.
Oh wait, the over under. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Oh boy, here we go.
We're going at a snail's pace right now, and we got 24 teams left. Like this is
92.5 over.
Yeah, yep. Definitely.
Yep, over or right on the money.
Vancouver. I just.
Well, in the Pacific, we have the 2 and 7 spots open. So obviously they're number 2. Yeah, just really happy to see Vancouver contending again. They've been doing great for a long time. The management knows what they're doing. Good for Vancouver. Yeah, all that.
It's the same thing I say about Vancouver every year. Can all the players that they've paid so much money gel together? And can Thatcher Demko not crater in front of a terrible defense? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's the same thing with the Canucks every year. They have the fucking talent to make the playoffs if they want to. They should. Like, they have 100-point players on their team. But nope, they don't every year because something goes wrong, because something always goes wrong because it's Vancouver. So
They're going to
Yeah.
fire their head coach mid-year again.
yeah, like I'd like to predict them to make the playoffs, but I'm not because they haven't shown me anything to think that they can do that. 6th in the division.
Well, that's the thing with the Canucks. They're not bad enough to like tank. Nowhere close bad enough, but they're not good.
They don't
enough
wanna be
even
that
make a
bad,
wild
though.
card. No. And I think that's not even like a general manager coach thing there. I think it's an ownership thing. So
Yeah, it's Francisco Aquilini wanting to fill his pockets with season tickets. Ugh.
Vancouver 6th in the division, over under 90.5. I would say just under, but
Yeah, I'd probably go under.
Under.
Hey, but who knows? Maybe they'll have a Bruce Boudreau-esque second half of the year or a great last 10 games. That might change their whole rapport of the year.
well, you know what they say about sports. You always go off the small sample size.
Of course. Like, what else would we do in sports besides listen to the 10-game sample size?
The best thing about studies is that I can pick the ones I like.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Ones that fit my narrative.
Yep.
Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. Pretty much have the same team from last year. Sounds like I think just Riley Smith, but you got a full year of Ivan Barbashev now who fit in perfectly with that team. Like, even though maybe they don't have like a Fleury Leonard tandem from a couple years back, like Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson, a healthy Logan Thompson, like that's a solid platoon system there with the goaltending, and their defense is, you could argue, is the best in the NHL, and they're so deep. Like, they won the Stanley Cup last year, but I feel like the one they can repeat, and two, like I feel the players they have on their team can have career seasons. Like Jack Eichel, second overall pick. I feel Jack Eichel is just that Mike Wazowski meme where, yeah, he does well, but like he's just getting covered up by everything like a barcode or on the TV. That's Jack Eichel. I like to see him have a year where he gets like 90, 100 points. I think he can do it this year.
It's crazy to say that we're in 2023 and we're still kind of waiting for that Eichel breakout season.
Well, he was great in the play. Like he could have won the Conn Smythe, him or Marchessault, but
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Just about time we see it in the regular season, and he's not been bad. Just been injured. Stay healthy for a year. Ride off that Cup champion high.
I think they might have a bit of a hangover to start the season, but at the end of the day, they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they're gonna be second in division, and they're gonna be a hard out because of the way Bruce Cassidy coaches this team, how deep this team is, and how that front office will do everything, turn over every stone to make that team the Stanley Cup champion.
Yes. It may not be pretty, but they will do it, and they have done it. Yeah.
My big. Sorry, Rose.
Go ahead.
Well, my only concern is just health always with Vegas because they seem to drop like flies once the season starts. So as long as, you can get a healthy portion of the season out of Mark Stone, you can get most of the games from your goaltending. Eichel doesn't go down. Petrangelo doesn't go down. And obviously you could say that for any team, but like this team, we have specifically seen injuries derail a season for them. So
They missed playoffs because of it.
just don't want that. Knock on wood, but second in the division for me. I think that they like you said might have a little bit of a hangover, but this is a strong team through and
They're
through.
the class of the West and maybe the entire NHL, and just in terms of how well they've done, like the past their whole existence, really.
Bingo.
Even with missing the playoffs 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, over under 103.5 over.
Yeah, that's
over. Yeah,
that's an easy over.
So actually, no, we'll do that at the end of the podcast. Let's go on to Central here.
All
The
right.
Arizona Coyotes could be the Houston Coyotes soon, for all we know. Like that's gonna happen. I mean, they actually made moves. They didn't, just pick up contracts off the LTIR. They got signed guys in free agency. I don't think they're going to be a good team, but I mean, I think they're going to be a somewhat watchable team with
They'll be a team,
the best
for
prospect,
sure.
with the best prospect in the world, Logan Cooley.
Yep, totally. Playing with Alex Kerfoot.
Yep.
Forward, Alexander.
They are Kerf in, baby. Logan Cooley is all Kerf in.
No, he's
That's
Kerf
for
out.
sure.
He's going to be Kerf out when he sees where they're playing. Am I right, fellas?
But Arizona should be interesting. I know Genther didn't make the team, but he's probably first
he'll be a
call-up.
call easily. Yeah.
You hope that Schmaltz can stay healthy this year. You hope Keller can build off that
Keller's
great
still
year.
underrated. Schmaltz can, like, if Schmaltz stays healthy, that he can be a point per game guy. Like, he'd be an 80-point guy easily.
Agreed. Defense is still shaky as ever. I don't think Jersey's gonna change that defense overnight.
And Matt
he'll be great for my fantasy
and
team.
Travis Dermott, let's
go. Let's just put it that way. There's not going to be much defense played by him.
Exactly, and if they can keep up how they played last year at home, they were a pretty good home team, so they might be able to build off that. I got them 7th in the division. I think they have enough talent there to where they should win a couple more games, maybe. And if they don't, sell it all, baby, like we do every year.
They got a bunch of guys with 1 year left, a bunch of guys they signed free agents with 1 year left. So if it doesn't work, then yeah, do just that. I also got Arizona 7th in the division. Over under 79.5. I'm still going under.
Under.
Yeah, I mean that's
Coyotes getting 80 points would genuinely be a win for them this year.
How do I not say under? Under is all fuck. Yeah. There are 2 teams in the Central that are very under on their point prediction, and we know which ones they are.
Yeah, the St. Louis Blues are definitely not going to get it.
I say St. Poos, honestly.
Pierce, you are just so crude. Gosh,
I'm on.
Cannot control this guy.
Potty mouth.
Well, you know those damn Canadians, Terrence and Phillip.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
the most funny part about the Arizona Coyotes is looking at their cap friendly and going to their injured reserve. They have $21.4 million tied up in 3 players. Can you guess those 3 players?
Jacob Voracek.
There's one.
I mean,
number 6, right-handed shot.
Right?
Played for the Habs and Predators.
Oh, Shea Weber?
Yeah. The last one. I completely forgot about this. But Atlanta Thrashers legend Brian Little for 1 more year.
Oh my goodness! I would have never thought of him.
Yeah, it's actually a money laundering scheme. This is insane. Except they don't make any money, so it doesn't even work.
I mean, like me, for real, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Arizona 7th in division. On to our Chicago Blackhawks. They're going to be bad again this year. Like,
what?
What? No, just hang on a second. Nikita Zaitsev is going to transform it. Lou Lamoriello signed him to $4.5 million. He must be good. You're right. No, you're right.
Thank you. About time you drank the Kool-Aid. I mean, use your head.
No, you would know about Nikita Zaitsev more than any of us. So,
the kids are going to be fun to watch. Yeah,
not just on the team, but elsewhere at Michigan, Minnesota,
Russia.
I'd like to make it clear that when Oliver Moore scored his first goal with the Gophers last night, he looked off Blues prospect. Love him already.
Oh, he is so real.
Nazar, 2-goal game. Love that too. There's a lot more to be seen with the prospect.
When I remember the empty net goal show, that doesn't count, I was told.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. I think he's a bust already. I'm pretty sure. I mean, the NHL markets him a lot, and he doesn't live up to insane expectations in the preseason. So he's got to be bad, right? Surely.
No bust would ever go on the Pat McAfee show. No.
That's fucking baller from him. I'm glad he was on there. I mean, they're going to be the under. They're going to be the eighth seed in their division. But the kids are going to be fun to watch, hopefully and likely. Obviously, Korchinski, not sure how long he's going to stay, but he looked very good in the preseason defensively still. obviously some gaps. He's never going to be a defensive stalwart. I wouldn't say that's a big deal.
What?
But I know, I'm so sorry to break it to you. But, man, talk about a guy who can move the puck up out of nowhere. Holy. I mean, if he can shoot the puck, he could definitely score on transition, just like good old Ben Harper for sure.
That's quite the standard to live up to, I say.
I think he stays with the team the whole year. I don't think he plays, more than 70 games, but I do think he stays with the team. I think he's just – why wouldn't you? I don't know. So, Pierce, over or under? What are you thinking?
It's 71.5. I would probably still go under, but you know what? Like, I don't care at all.
I'm going over. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh, man. This fucking guy again. Okay.
Hey, this fucking guy.
Yeah. I think they're going to get at least 73 points.
Yeah, but I think I think they get a nice 69 points. That's what I'm thinking.
That's nice.
Blackhawks fan.
That's almost pretty epic of them, honestly.
That is epic bacon, honestly.
Epic bacon. Oh my.
Epic
God.
totes bacon. I named my rock Bob.
Oh god, I've got John Marino hockey in front of me. I need to focus. Very important stuff.
Oh my god.
Right.
Next.
I was saying to wrap up the Blackhawks, like not only Korchinski, like obviously, but Lucas Reichel's gonna be out the full year. Cole Gutman, Wyatt Kaiser looked great.
Cole Goatman.
We're gonna have fun watching this team, and we're gonna watch them on stream on Wednesday when they play the Bruins, and Soderblom starts. So yeah. Next team, some other bum-ass Central team that hasn't done anything, the Colorado Avalanche.
Boo! Lame-ass team.
No, but
Drouin?
They had a lot of injuries.
So cool. Congratulations. Stop trying to make Drouin happen. Gosh, it's never going to happen.
Colorado Avalanche had so many injuries last year. They still finished with 51 wins. Didn't have the result in the playoffs they were looking for, but I really like the way they reloaded this offseason. I like how they got Ross Colton from Tampa Bay. I like how they got guys like Tatar and Drouin in free agency to help kind of fill things out. Ryan Johansson, I think, is a good bet, especially at $4 million. Their defense is still locked in for this year. Kale McCarr is going to miss a bit of time. They'll be fine, though. They got Georgiev, I can't talk, last year, and he did pretty good for the Avalanche. He had a .915 save percent, I think, or around that. So they're still going to be
roster off today too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they got another backup in case a Noonan or whatever his name is, it doesn't pan out. But he played pretty good last year, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. Sorry,
go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say my only concern with this team is just their depth. Like, yeah, they signed all those guys and they're all great on paper, but they need to all gel with the team. And I still think this team without Landeskog really lacks like a big top six presence to go with Rantanen and McKinnon. But, I mean, that could be traded for at the deadline. That could be signed mid-season. Like, we'll see. I don't know. Like, the Avs are getting to the Lightning territory where it's just like, just get to the playoffs. And that's kind of my opinion on them. Like, I don't think they're going to be bad enough to bottom out of the playoffs unless there's major injuries. I think they'll be fine.
They're kind of starting to reach that territory. I feel like there was a few years there where like with the Avalanche, like, oh no, this guy got injured. Now we'll bring this guy up. And now they're kind of starting to run thin in their prospect system. They're starting to not necessarily get older. Like you still have guys like McKinnon is still young. He's still got at least a few years left, and I'm saying with Rantanen and like McCarr, but they're not as deep as they were when they won the Stanley Cup or even the year before that. So, but obviously the guys they sign can help with that, and if not, then they can make acquisitions to help out. But I still think they're going to be a great team, but I don't think they're going to win the Central. I think they are second place.
Ooh, I think that sends us to our next one.
Mm-hmm.
The transition there, my friend.
So over under 105.5.
Under.
I'll go over. Just over. Next team.
Over. Yeah. Okay.
Next team, Dallas Stars. This is who I got number one in the Central Division.
This is my President's Trophy winner. Like I
like that.
They're my cup prediction. Like I'm riding Dallas this year.
Riding the big
Genuinely.
D. I like it.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Um,
I'm not judging. Like, come on. I'm
not judging.
Way to bring politics into it, Rose. Like, God.
they should each their own, man. Like, come on.
But no, they're 4 lines deep. They're 3 pairings deep. They have one of the best goalies in the league. And when I hear Stars fans that the only thing they're complaining about is their third pair, I think they're fine.
Oh, Yanni Hakanpää sucks. Isn't that what it was?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
boo.
Ryan Suter's not an NHL
no.
defenseman. Well, you got 4 other ones, so you're fine.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, first place. I think Robertson's in for another big year. I think Hintz is in for another big year. We'll see if Pavelski can do it one more time. Maybe Stankoven gets a look. I don't know if he made the team or not.
You'll definitely get a look. Yeah.
Johnson's going to take a step, probably. You would have to think with the way he performed last year. Marchment, I think, is going to settle more into the system than he was last year, which will help them. And then they still have Sagan and Ben. So.
Yeah, the way that like Ben and Sagan are afterthoughts.
And Ben was great last year. And Haskins a stud. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that team is so built well, and they're in a division where they could just stack wins. Because they're better than St. Louis, they're better than Nashville, they're better than Chicago, they're better than Winnipeg. The only team that gives them a run for their money is Colorado, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Central is taking a step back this year for me.
Yep.
Yeah. If they didn't run into the buzzsaw of the Vegas Golden Knights, they might be the Stanley Cup champions, and they might this year. So, yeah. Over under 5.5 over.
Over.
You know what, Dylan? I think I agree with you. Like, I think they might win the President's Trophy. They're just so.
It's just because like all these other teams are going to beat up on each other, and I don't think Dallas is going to have that problem that like Edmonton will have and like New Jersey will have, because as good as Colorado is, I don't think they're as good as like a Carolina or Vegas. So, yeah.
Next team. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, you got him. Huh. Minnesota Wild, more like Minnesota Mild because they're not even that good. Oh, dude.
How do you come up with
these? Dude, I'm just on it today.
He's so smart.
Put this shit up in the studio for real.
No, but Minnesota Wild, they're just always there. Like, they're never winning divisions, but they're almost never missing the playoffs. Like, they're always just in third place, which I think is what's going to happen again. Their goaltending situation is good. Fleury's still good to go. Gustafsson, I think, is going to he had such a good year last year. Was so good in the playoffs. I don't get why they went to Fleury. That's never happened before, but
That's
but
cool.
No. Kaprizov is one of the best players in the NHL, and I somehow think we still kind of underrate him in that aspect. Like, you have Jesper Wallstedt is still in their system. They have a very good system still. Marco Rossi hasn't taken that step yet. Like, they have guys, Kaprizov, Boldy. They've signed Zuccarello and Foligno to extensions. Same with Hartman. Their defense is solid. Like, they're just an all-around good team, but I don't know. Like, outside of Kaprizov and maybe Boldy, like, they don't have that. It's the center depth for me. Like, they don't have that legitimate, stud center. Like, maybe Marco Rossi can jump into that. Eriksson Ek is a solid, like, second-line defensive center. I don't think he's, like, game breaker, though. But that's
exactly.
I think that's always been kind of the Achilles heel of the Minnesota Wild is they're good everywhere, but they don't have that, like, stud center.
It's always been their weakness. They're good. Like you said, they're good. You could look at every one of their rooms and say they're good, but you can't say they're elite at any position. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe, like, I mean, they could get elite in goal. They have Wallstedt coming up eventually. And if Gustafsson is that guy, you could have a nasty tandem. But like you said, outside of Kaprizov, Boldy's like a 70-point player, which is very good. Don't get me wrong.
I think Boldy can reach that like tier where he's 80-point guy.
100%. But I think you're right. Like, this really rides on if Rossi can slide in and become
no pressure, kid.
Yeah, no pressure, kid. We just need you to be that point per game center we've been looking for.
Yeah, you see that guy Joel Eriksson, be better than him. Just go do that.
It just sucks because you said it best, Pierce. He should be like your Dano. Like, he should be your elite, like, defensive 2C that can play both ways and allows your 1C to open up. Like I get it, almost makes sense why they tried to go for Eichel a couple years ago.
I was gonna say it's exactly like Vegas. Like he's their William Karlsson. He's not the first line center. Let him be the 2C. Get a 1C.
Bingo. And that here's a hot take. Like if they really get in that mix for the West, what if they go after like Lindholm? Because Lindholm can't get an extension done. And you actually get a center.
I see.
I just don't know how the cap would work with that. But like as a rental, I feel like
Minnesota. It doesn't have to work. He'll just buy him out in 10 years anyways.
Real. But like that's something. If Minnesota thinks they have the team this year, that's something they should look into, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Central's wide open besides Dallas, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Minnesota, congratulations on doubling down on your mildness. I just, you know that meme where it's a group of people talking and someone yells in, well, you've got Dallas, you got Colorado. Winnipeg's been around the playoffs a bit in the last few years. And you got Minnesota on the outside. I'm here too.
Yeah, even Winnipeg's been in the
conference final. Great, man. That's great. Yeah. We'll go talk about our playoff success. You can lose in the first round again. Bye. Done. I got Minnesota fourth in the division. It's frustrating because you know what? Even though I should hate this team, you got Kaprizov. You got a great goalie coming up in Jesper Wallstedt. Gustafsson looks great. Guys like Spurgeon have been there forever. Jonas Brodin is a fucking soldier. Joel Eriksson Ek is one of the more underrated centers in the entire league. Zuccarello's still doing it.
Like a dark horse, silky guy.
But they won't they won't get that superstar to put next to Kaprizov. They won't do it. And once again, they're just kind of there. They're good. They're not great. They're not bad. They're not good enough to do anything interesting. They're not bad enough to tank. Congratulations. You're still the Minnesota Mild. Frustrating team for me, personally. As a Hawks fan, go right ahead. Do it. Sure.
For me, it shows a lot how much the Centrals kind of dropped off in quality. I have them third still.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, dude, you're not even.
I just think these other three teams are about to drop off a cliff.
That's what I mean. That's what I think. Me and Trinity are on the same wavelength.
Zuccarello's not
Minnesota.
They're paying Marcus Foligno $4 million. I'm sorry.
I like Marcus Foligno, but not a $4 million.
I like his brother better. The cooler Foligno.
I saw the Zuccarello deal and I thought, okay, that's a good way to keep the last 2 years of his deal when he'll be good and completely waste the rest of it. Great, cool. You get to have it. Then you give Marcus Foligno the same fucking money as Matt Zuccarello. Do you value them the same way? Really?
Yes. That's their problem.
Yep.
Minnesota over under 95.5. I'll still go over. Why not?
Barely over. Barely.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it 95?
Yeah,
95.5, yeah.
I think they get like 98, 97, something like that.
Say 90. I'm going to have fun and say exact 96. Round it up. Fuck it. They're just the most average, 95.5? Huh? Yup. Okay. Cool.
These next three teams might honestly be the most interesting in the NHL, probably.
Okay.
Nashville Predators. I don't know what the hell Barry Trotz is cooking, but
oh boy.
Again, it's kind of the Vancouver thing where you haven't really done anything, but you're clearly a good enough team to be competitive, but not bad enough to completely bottom out, and probably not good enough to make the playoffs now.
Let me just double check what I was looking at.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. If they trade Saros, they can very well bottom out.
That's what I mean. As long as they have Saros around, they're gonna. That's if they trade Saros, it's a match made in heaven. Kings and Predators. Saros, make that happen.
It's so true. But, or the Devils, if they need something, put them over the top.
As long as Saros is there, yeah, they're gonna be middling team.
Forsberg starting the year on IR. I didn't know that. That sucks. Because he would really make this forward room look not terrible, but let's go, Tommy Novak, gonna be the best forward on the team again this year. But don't worry, Ryan O'Reilly, you won't have any pressure on crappy Nashville for the next 4 years. Don't worry.
Looking at their daily face-off, I looked at it earlier. It is just as bad as I saw it before. Dylan, you mentioned the Forsberg's on IR. Daily face-off is not accounted for that yet. I'm going to run off the forwards on this team. All right. Ryan O'Reilly Juuso Parssinen, Gustav Nyquist, 2023 Gustav Nyquist.
I thought our
Cody
top
Glass.
line was bad.
Cody Glass, who struggled to make the team last year, is their second line center. Kiefer Sherwood, their second line right winger. Tomasino Novak, Evangelista, Trenton, Colton Sissons, Cole Smith, blah, 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 blah. Oh, fuck.
Hey,
Dog, I can't make fun of any of these players because they always cook the Hawks. So, like, the fact, like, I would like to say nobody, but, like, all the players you just named, I could vividly remember them all scoring on our team.
Cook the Hawks all you want. This team's not doing shit this year. You got Roman Yossi. Great. Go waste some more of Roman Yossi's fantastic fucking career. Be my guest.
Later on. I wasn't trying to make a point like that. I was just trying to make a point of so bad we let all these bums score on us.
Fine. No, don't worry. The Preds have always, it's weird. The Preds, even when they're bad, they just always seem to have like.
I was going to say it. You forgot the X Factor. Cole Smith, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I was trying to really get that one out and kind of slip it through, and then it caught me. Fuck, Cole Smith.
You were trying to like not bring it up. I mean, you thought you could
defense. Listen to this. Roman Yossi, a god on defense. Tyson Berry.
Let's go.
Ryan McDonough.
Tyson Tuesdays. Let's go.
Ryan McDonough. I mean, he's still serviceable. Sure, he's still good. Alexander Carrier. What is he? Dante Fabro. Okay. And Luke
Ryan
Shen.
McDonough is one of those defensemen. Like he was one injury away from dying and retiring.
Fabro.
You're not dying, but retiring.
That could be worse.
But that's the thing. Their goaltending and defense is good enough to keep.
I was gonna say, however, UC Saros and kind of surprisingly, good job on the Nashville goaltending staff, or coaching staff. Sorry,
our boy Kevin Lankinen.
Kevin Lankinen. You got two goalies who played great for you last year, even on this dog shit team. They're even worse.
They got a coming up too.
Man, they are set in goal, and if you're a Preds fan, you should fucking hate that. They are trading their goalies away. They are that close to being the worst team in the NHL. They could bottom out, like Dylan said, so fucking fast. And they won't commit to it. They won't commit to it and have fun being not in the same level as the Wild, but to an extent, have fun being stuck in the middle. You need to knock it off.
Call them Jimmy Eat World away. They're in the middle right now.
Yeah. At the end of the day, my notes have St. Louis as mid and Nashville is worse than mid. So
Nashville's worse than mid. Like it's like you got a pile of shit, and Saros is like he's like this beautiful golden
feet of crap.
You lift off the dome, and ew, what a pile of shit that team is.
And now that we said all this, they'll make the playoffs. So
you're welcome, Predators fans.
UC Saros masterclass on the way. Don't
just
worry.
Like 2021, dude.
It's him. He did it in the shortened years. So.
We're a hockey podcast. We got to have some kind of curse, you know. PJ's good. Nashville, you're gonna make.
I cursed the Devils last year into making the playoffs. So
True.
do it again this year.
True. Oh boy. Okay, Nashville, you suck. But you need to suck more.
I still have them fifth, just because of Saros. But over under 86.
Not yet decided on Nashville, St. Louis. It's a coin flip. I mean, fuck it. Nashville 6.
Yeah. Over under 86. I say slightly over because I just don't think they're going to bottom out. Like I think they're going to get high 80s, low 90s.
I think we're going to a team I wanted to mention. Well, we're going to, I believe, St. Louis. Next on the list.
Correct, St. Louis, another mid-ass team. I ain't talking about where they are on the map.
They have Kevin Hayes.
Right off the bat, though, they have more star power than a team. Well, okay.
They have star power, but they have horrible defense and goaltending.
Horrible defense and goaltending. Atrocious. You see what McKenzie got to Jordan Bennington the other night?
No, I don't care for that fraud, but 4 years left, $6 million for Jordan Bennington. 4 years left, Justin Falk. 4 years left, Torrey Krug, who they tried to trade. 7 years left, Parayko. 3 years left, Nick Leddy. All no trade clauses. Marco Scandella, 1 year modified no trade clause. I swore he was signed for longer. You have some nice forwards, cool. But your defense and goaltending is horrible. If you put Nashville's defense and goaltending and had St. Louis forwards, that'd be a pretty good team, I'd say. But no, St. Louis sucks.
This team
You're
reminds
welcome,
me of
listener. You're
the
making me laugh.
They're two sides of the same coin.
2019-20 Blackhawks. You've got some stars. They can outscore.
No, except that team had good goaltending, though. Don't disrespect Crawford and Leonard like that.
Oh, trust me. No. That's my bad. That's my bad. Apologies, Corey. But the way I see them is that, unlike the 2019-2020 Blackhawks, I think the difference is they have a defense that can score as well. Chicago didn't have that back then. I think their skaters are offensively talented enough to score them out of being the worst team in the division, or contending for it. It's a pretty hard match to fight. But I have them at 5. Kind of like Nashville, but again, Dylan, two sides of the same coin, and yet they've got too much firepower to be bad enough to get a good pick, and they're far too bad to be interesting. Welcome to the mushy middle of the banana. Probably for a few years of the contracts you have. There's no way this team, gosh, unless they figure out something through trades, Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou are not going to win with this team. Like, this is
no, not with that defensive goaltending. No,
Pierce. It took me back when you talked about that defense. What a mess that is, and it's not going away anytime soon. They're stuck in them. This is very, very post dynasty Blackhawks. They're stuck in the middle. What's the stupid ass song you referenced about being stuck in the middle?
Oh, in the middle, like Jimmy.
Oh, good. I respect that so much. I'm definitely not annoyed by it.
6 for St. Louis in the division for me. Over under 83.5. I'll go over still. They're not that bad, but they're gonna miss the playoffs, and they're probably gonna be picking like 13.
Perfect.
Very Blackhawks. I'm gonna go a tiny bit over. Whatever. Sure. I don't really care.
Winnipeg Jets, maybe the most interesting team just by what they did today. It's kind of the same thing we've been talking about the other teams. I mean, like, you're going to have these guys there. You're never to bottom out, but if you trade them, you could really commit to a rebuild. And I mean, Winnipeg has always had trouble keeping stars with them. So I guess good for them for signing Scheifele and Hellebuck, but I personally wouldn't have signed 2 players that are 30 right now, and their contracts are end when they're 37.
Can I just say, like St. Louis and Nashville, you are unbelievably mid to where you should be. But at least you're selling playoff tickets, I guess. But you're not going anywhere. That team is not going anywhere. Besides the first round, they're not going to win shit. If I'm a Jets fan, I'm incredibly frustrated with today. I mean, these guys should have been shipped off to start a rebuild, a retool, whatever you want. Pierce, you mentioned it. They're 30. They're getting older. What? Come on. It's the same stubbornness from NHL GMs as usual. It's frustrating. They're not going to do anything interesting besides get to the first round. I've got them 3rd in the division above Minnesota. But if anything, I think Minnesota might make a little more noise than them.
Winnipeg 4th.
I should say.
They'll probably battle for a wild card spot. Over under 92.5. I'll go slightly under. Yeah.
Under
90 under.
There's the West. Let's move on to the East. Yeah.
Let's get interesting.
Let's pick up the pace here. Okay.
That's
Boston Bruins. Yeah, I know, Schmitty. I know. I was like, I saw that 20 minutes. We were like in the first division. Like, you know what? We're fine. And then I just realized how much you're dragging on. You're right.
All right. Fire rounds.
Boston Bruins had a historically great year last year. Lost in the first round. Haha, that's kind of funny. Lost Bergeron, lost Krejci. They don't really have any center depth, but they have incredible goaltending. They have incredible defense, and Boston just always finds a way. Like, it's hard to gain wins in the NHL, but it's also hard to drop so much points. Like, they could drop 20 wins from last year and they'd still be at 45 wins and probably still make the playoffs. But for me, this is the year that they finally fall out of favor. I think they're going to battle to the end, but I don't think they make it. I got the Boston Bruins 5th in the division, and had Scheifele not signed the extension, I felt that could have been a good match, but
Fantastic match. I didn't even think about that. Oh, jeez.
Boston's got 2 routes on the road they could take. They could bottom out like 2018 Hawks did, or you could find a way to mold yourself into what the Islanders have turned into because they have the defense and goaltending to do that.
Comparison.
But everyone's going to have to buy in. They're going to not be winning as many high-scoring games, I would think. And you're going to have to find a way to win with those centers at the end of the day, if that's going to happen. But I'm with you, Pierce. They're 5th in the division for me. I don't have them making the playoffs. Maybe just missing. But I could see it like a Flames thing, honestly. Like, they just miss it. But I don't know. There's better teams in that division.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the Atlantic division. It's a really tough division. The over-under is 101.
Under.
I'm going under, yeah.
They're going to be low 90s.
Yeah. Next team, I think this is like the trendy pick. Like, this is this year's New Jersey Devils, where it's like young team coming up. A lot of young pieces. Could take a huge step, have a great regular season. The Buffalo Sabres. I am all in. I am drinking the Kool-Aid, as they say, for the Buffalo Sabres. Not only do I think they're going to make the playoffs, I don't even know if this is a hot take at this point because I feel there's a lot of Buffalo love going around. I have them winning the Atlantic.
Yes, me.
Outlandish pick,
Yes.
but I'm going. I don't care. Buffalo wins the Atlantic.
Yep.
I like everything Buffalo's got going on. I got to see the goaltending do it a full season. And one thing that people don't talk about a lot with like young rosters like this, we need to see them continue to take steps in development. Don't plateau, which it happens with some of these prospects. They got a very young team. Like, let's hope that Tage can put up 90+ points again. Let's hope Darlene can be a point a game again. Like, there's a lot of I need to see it one more year. So I got them 4th. I think they're going to sneak into a wild card spot if everything goes well. And if they need a goalie, half the league's going to need one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Devin Levi could be that guy. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he can. It's just I'm not going to like bet on them being extremely good this year. I think next year is the year where they take that mega jump. This is still a jump though. Like, they're going to make it the playoffs, obviously. But
Pierce, I think we're sharing the same cup. I've got Buffalo winning the division. I've got Darlene winning the Norris. I think this team is
$11 million in Norris.
Absolutely tear things up. I think Tampa losing Vasilevsky just opened the door for them to run this division.
And the Blackhawks to get the 11th overall pick.
Speaking of the Blackhawks, and again, very much drinking the Kool-Aid in this part, this very much reminds me of a Blackhawks team and just loaded with talent. They don't have we don't know if they have the depth that, these dynasty teams did. I mean, it was a very specific situation, but in terms of just loaded with talent, a great young goalie coming up, a straight up Norris candidate every single year in Darlene. You got Owen Power behind him.
I don't even know if I want to make the joke that Frank really said earlier, but if you know, you know.
To quote a Chris Johnston, I think Buffalo is a juggernaut. Division winners, love them. Whatever the fuck you say, it's over.
Well, you know what? I see the 2020 Canucks as a
I knew you were not. As soon as I said Blackhawks, I knew it was going to be the. Was it LeBron who said that?
Yeah, pure LeBron.
That one is just what an all timer. Maybe I just did that too, but I fucking love where this team's going. Love their forwards. Love the chemistry they've built. I mean, just fantastic.
And yeah, if not this year, then definitely next year. Over under 92. Way over.
Oh, way fucking over.
I think they're going to be high 90s in points this year. I'm not with you guys saying they're going to take the division, but they will definitely be first in the division around Christmas.
One of us.
What it'll look like around April, but we'll see.
For sure.
All right.
Where else was I going to go? Detroit? That's the next team.
Oh, I could start with this one. 7.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking serious. They have
7.
no high-end scoring. I love DeBrincat. I love Larkin. They are not top-end players. I don't give a crap what anyone says.
No. After the other night, come on. Let's just. This is therapy right here. This fan base has so much gall for a team that has been shitting in the basement toilet for the last few years and tells me, have fun coming down here. It smells like you. It's great. Except we get number 1 overall picks. You don't. Get over it. Be mad.
And make better draft selections with our 19th overall pick than they will with higher draft picks. But,
Nah. That team is a whole bunch of, again, love Larkin. One of my favorite players ever. Love Raymond. I was hoping he'd end up.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Love DeBrincat. Why the fuck wouldn't I? Where's everybody else? Where's the other scoring? You said, I thought we were going to get superstars. Oh.
What do you mean Andrew Copp and JT Comfer aren't good enough? And
Elvis Soderblom? What?
Hey! Be nice about Mr. Sticky, all right? We don't talk mean about Mr. Sticky around here. Everyone else we do, but not him.
It sounds like a fucking South Park character.
Mr. Sticky!
My name's Mr. Sticky.
But
Oh, by the way, I hope there's a single, just one Detroit fan listening. If you want to complain about the Blackhawks, just know that your team employed a Nazi last year and willfully employed a known homophobe this summer. Good job, Steve Yzerman. You're a fucking loser. Sorry. I know Dylan will co-sign that. I think Yzerman is just what a middling, nothing fucking team. You have no goalie. You have a number 1 defenseman with nothing behind him. You have a second. You have a second line center is your 1C, and you think you think the Yzer plan's happening. Drink the Kool-Aid. I'm sure it tastes great. I love watching it. Have fun in the basement with us.
I prefer the Day Vision, honestly. Kyle Day Vision, not the Yzer plan.
Yeah. Much better. Fierce.
Detroit 85 under.
Like the last thing I'll say about Detroit is I won't write them off entirely because there is part of me that could see them doing what the Kraken did last year. They have enough depth to be that deep, but I need to see it.
They need goal scoring, man. They really do.
But they got Daniel Sprong, dude. They should be fine.
Like, DeBrincat is such a fantastic ad, but you got one fucking guy. That's all you got. And the rest of your team is just, it's guys. I got hockey on my screen behind my computer here. JT Comfer, solid ad. Andrew Copp, solid ad. Not moving the fucking pencil, that's for sure.
I ain't drawing anything.
They ain't cooking shit, dog. It's tough. Yeah, have fun with Michael Rasmussen being one of your most notable players, man. Have fun.
The Rasmussen.
All right. Who's next?
Florida Panthers.
All right. I want to start with this one because I think I'm the only one that's going to have them here. I have them second in the division.
Wow. Okay, I like this.
Let him cook.
I think that from what it sounds like, Ekblad's going to come back sooner than expected. If Montour can come back and even replicate 60% of what he was doing last year, I think they're extremely deep at forward. They're having some prospects come up this year that I really like. I think their back end is good enough to hold off for now. And I honestly, we'll see which part of Bobrovsky we get, but I know Knight's starting in the AHL for conditioning reasons. They'll have him back in the fold eventually. They have Stolars, who's a decent backup. I don't know, man. I just feel like they're going to ride that high, and they know how to finish the season strong. Let's see if they can start a season strong. And at the end of the day, I just feel like they're going to find ways to win games because that's what they did last year. And I feel like teams hang on. Like, we saw that with the Kings so many times where, we thought we could write them off in the mid-2010s, but they were just so fucking gritty, and they'd say in every fucking game, and, magically they're the 3 seed. I could totally see it. But I think with Vasilevsky getting hurt, with Buffalo being young and inconsistent, with Ottawa being young and inconsistent, and with Boston on the decline, I think there's a chance where they could hold. And, we got to remember, this team had 125 points 2 years ago. They could still be that team for all we know. So that's my take on Florida. I think they
You
can
know
be
what?
the 2 seed.
I kind of agree. You know what I said about the Florida Panthers, which team they reminded me these playoffs? They remind me of the 2017 Nashville Predators. What do the Nashville Predators do the next year? They won the President's Trophy. Now, I don't think the Florida Panthers are going to do that. Like, the Atlantic's a pretty tough division, but I still think I have them number 3. Like, I think I agree pretty much with everything what Schmitty said. They're going to ride the high of last year. Like,
Oh no, I don't think.
Sergei Bobrovsky, what was his save percentage last year? Because if it was bad last year, then you're in.
It's gonna be good this year.
Yeah. Spencer Knight, like everything that's been going on with him, how cool of a story would that be? You know, reconditioning in the AHL, and he comes up and forms like a really good tandem with Bobrovsky. Like their offense is crazy, their defense again is good enough to a point. Like they're gonna have some injuries, but like so does Tampa, and it's Atlantic is pretty open at least for the top. But like, there's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of like you can make the case for like 4 teams could win.
I'm still flipping through my teams right now, man. This is tough.
Yeah, I really think Florida's got the depth they need, and if they could just get like 9-10 goaltending, they're gonna be money because they'll score enough goals.
Teams, yeah, like we're in like such a period of high goal scoring that like 9-10 is good goaltending now. Like that's above league average goaltending.
Exactly.
Whereas 9-20 would have been like even like 5 years ago.
Well, like I'm looking at Bobrovsky's stats, and 2 years ago when they had that massive successful year where they were extremely good, Bobrovsky had a 913. He wasn't even that amazing, and he started 55 games. So like if you can get like a 908, 910, I don't know. Like they squeaked in last year. I think they could gain 5 more wins. That's probably all they would need. So yeah,
I got Florida 3rd in the division. The 99, I'm taking the over. I think
Over.
we have 100 plus points. Yeah.
Sure. I'm sorry. I am like the 2, 3, 4. I've rearranged it multiple times in the last 5 minutes. I am very split. Gosh, yeah. Say whatever you guys say. I don't know.
Call your banana, I guess. Anyways,
Yeah.
Montreal. I don't know if there's much to talk about Montreal. Yeah.
Ooh, you're dead. Under. Move on. Let's go.
yeah.
70.
Stay healthy.
Under.
That's all I want.
Actually,
I'll go over.
yeah,
Said
I'll
70?
go over. Yeah, 70. Yeah.
They'll win a
75.
couple games. I think
It'll
Doc
be
takes a
nice.
step. Caulfield, if Caulfield can stay healthy, they're going to win more games regardless.
Dude,
That kid has 50 goal potential.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he's at least 30 goals in the bank.
Facts. And Suzuki, hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully Slavkovsky can get more than 10 points. Like, there's going to be some positive regression, I think, there for sure. I just like their goaltending still stinks. Like, that division's so loaded. It's not the year. It's not the year. Not yet. Could be next year, maybe, or 2 years, but it's not this year.
They need another top 5 pick, I think.
They need Cole Eiserman. Like, so serious.
Yeah, you're right, because Celebrini's coming to us.
No, Demidov's coming to the Hawks, big boy. Get that right.
No.
No, we're getting Sam taking your son.
Celebrini is going to play with Mitchkov. Actually, no. Celebrini's going to play with his line mate Will Smith in San Jose.
We're like the
love my favorite Duncan's customer, Martin St. Louis. Just want always, forever and always. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, you meeting Marty St. Louis at Dunkin' Donuts is my
So real.
version of me meeting Xavier Borgo at the airport.
By the way, I
He
did
just
mention
cast
earlier, I've got Florida at 3, just for the record.
That's where I have them too.
Yeah.
Ottawa Senators.
Guys, this is the year they get to 6th division.
Rose, I asked the question: who's more annoying, Sens fans or Red Wings fans?
Yes.
Yes.
Or Bears fans.
Ottawa?
Yes, to all 3.
I've said this.
Okay.
I like Ottawa as a team, but their fans are super annoying.
I've had just hockey highlights going on behind me. I've got the Panthers and Senators in front of me. I've got what people have told me is the most underrated backup in the league, Anton Forsberg, on the ice playing for them. Look out for him and Jonas Korpisalo this season. Oh boy, that should be real exciting. Yeah, man, I've got Ottawa. I've got them 5th in the division. You still got DJ Smith in head coach. You fucking You may have even downgraded with Corpusalo. There's no progression in the spots that need progression. Nothing. Yeah, Jacob Chikrin the whole year. Oh, boo. Oh, boo. Okay. Oh, boo. Jacob Chikrin's gonna fucking save everything.
All right, Rose, you want a quick laugh? I'm gonna pull one out of your book. We got the daily face-off lines for the Sens.
Yes.
And I just want to know. I want everyone to be clear. This is a team that got better with scoring depth, quote unquote. Okay.
Quote,
Top line: Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, Claude Giroux. Great fucking line. Not gonna complain about that. That's a top line. Second line: Matthew Joseph, Ridley Greig, Drake Batherson.
You're fucking joking.
What could have been Black Hawk Ridley Greig?
Oh yeah, because there's no Shane Pinto right now because they won't pay the man. So because they don't have the money to pay the man.
I'm starting to think no.
No, they're gonna trade him in the Eichel trade. That's why they haven't signed him yet.
Oh yeah. But then get this. So third line is Kubalik, Rourke Chartier, and Vladimir Tarasenko.
Oh, two people and Tarasenko. It's people. Those guys play hockey. I know who those guys are. They skate and shoot pucks.
And then Parker Kelly, Mark Kastelik, and Zach McEwen. Those
are also
it's
guys.
A forward core.
They play hockey. I think they skate and they shoot pucks. Yeah, they definitely play hockey. Yeah, that's good. They're right with Boston. I've got them right above Boston. No. I think
they're below Boston for me.
No, I lied. No, I lied. I'm sorry. I
thought you were being generous. I have Ottawa at 6. They have nice pieces. They just don't have the depth right now.
They're better than Detroit. They don't have a defense or goaltending like Boston to keep yourself in it while having Pavel fucking Zacha as their number one center. It's just, oh man, the bottom of the Atlantic is just boring.
Rose, you said the worst thing of it all is their head coach. I feel a different head coach can bring the better of.
Dude,
of that
they are a head coach away from the playoffs. Like a competent head coach.
Should have fired him.
DJ fucking Smith is your guy still? Really? Well, I don't know. Matthew Joseph hockey. Get excited, Sens fuckers. Under.
Sens sickos.
Oh, buddy, you got him.
Yeah, if Bruce Boudreau was the coach, I'd be like, okay.
Also, let me just make it clear. I don't have a thing against hockey fans, but everyone knows the Sens fans that we're talking about, and they are unbearable every offseason. Move on.
92, slightly under.
Under.
80s. Something in the 80s, I don't fucking care. Under.
Tampa Bay.
Boo.
They're my third place team. I think that if Vasi's back by Christmas and they could be 500, they're still going to be in the mix. That's a team that's going to storm back in the second half. Maybe they even pull Florida like last year. They just go off and sneak into the wild card. But I think their forwards are top heavy enough to hold over the fort, and their defense is still really good. Adding guys like Calvin DeHaan for league men is great. Yeah, but I just think this team is still until they miss the playoffs. I'm picking them to make the playoffs every year, and I'm not picking them as a wild card team because for all we know, Vasilevsky's out till Christmas. Nikita Kucherov could be a 115-point player again, and then they're winning games just like they have for the last decade. I don't know, man. I think the Lightning are still. I think they're going to be just fine. And if goaltending does end up being shaky, they're the fucking Lightning. They'll make a move and find something. I'm not too worried about it.
That's fair. I shouldn't doubt the Lightning, but I do have them at 4 right under, or at 4 right under.
I do have them as a wild card team, but those 4 teams I have at the top of the Atlantic, they're so interchangeable.
Listen, there is a sizable gap between 4 and 5 in this division, in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think Florida and Tampa, it's kind of a toss-up, with those two. But I just think having Vasi out, I just think that really fucking stings the team. I don't think they're going to be I'm sure they'll storm back, like Dylan said, in some way. I just don't think at this point it's going to be enough to make up for that injury, for all that time lost. We don't really see them without Vasi very often, consistently. But is their backup still Brian Elliott?
No,
it's Matt Tompkins.
let's go. And I'm pretty sure like Hugo.
You fucking joking.
No,
Okay.
it's Jonas Johansson and
Oh
Matt
no, yeah,
Tucker.
Jonas
Those are the
Johansson.
goalies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm happy saying 4. I was right. Holy shit. Yeah, 4. Great team in front of the goaltending.
When Jonas Johansson's got a 915 and everyone's shitting bricks, I'm gonna laugh.
I
I'm
thought
gonna
so.
What
laugh
was that
so
tweet from that
hard.
beat writer where he's just like, no hyperbole, Jonas Johansson is the worst goalie I've ever seen.
Dude, but he performed he performed on Colorado, who also has a great defensive system. So I'm just like, I don't know. If you're limiting like 20 shots a night, like they should be able to win most games.
You're not wrong. I'll be honest, Dylan. This one more for me is just a gut feeling. I don't think that I've said before, sort of hopefully, oh, there's a time when the Titan falls off the mountain. I don't think they're gonna fall off, but I just don't think they're going to be as dominant as they used to be.
I don't get why it would matter that much to you. It's not like you're cheering.
Yeah,
for
I don't know why they're not even in the same division as the Blackhawks. I don't know why that's such a big deal.
We beat them in 2015. I don't get like what's going on here.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's the big idea? Come on.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Come on.
Like regardless of what we think where they're placing, the over under is 93. Yeah, they're still gonna get like 100 points.
You guys continue to be
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Gross, you literally have not even heard my Leafs pick. If you haven't figured it out, I'm picking them to win the fucking division. Like,
oh no. I'm just playing, but
Speaking of which, let's talk about the
really,
Leafs.
hold up. I want to get into that.
Hold
Hold up. I want to hear about this though. Come on, let's go.
the Leafs literally have the best forward core in the NHL on paper. Don't give a fuck what anyone says. Their top 9 is fucking disgusting. They're going to score goals out the ass. If their defense has gotten up to 2nd or 3rd in the division every year, and their defense has never been that good, what's to think that this defense can do it either? Defense is not their problem. If Samsonov can stay healthy, start 50 games, if Joseph Wool doesn't fall off a cliff, which is, I think, my biggest concern, because then they're going to need to get a backup. I mean, I guess Martin Jones, but
Peter Mrazek, maybe?
I don't know, man. Matthews is not going to be 80-point player again. He's going to be back up 90 to 100.
He's getting
He can score 60, man. Yeah. I don't care. Matthews can I joke about the Leafs all the time, but Matthews can score 60 easily.
The only reason I don't have them winning the division is listen, you guys heard me in the offseason. I was not high on this team whatsoever.
I literally sat next to you on July 1st. I don't think Klingberg is that good of a move. Yeah.
I have Buffalo higher because Buffalo has a Norris defenseman.
Buffalo is just my Kool-Aid pick. Like realistically, I think Toronto could win that division.
I really
should
like
win that
Buffalo
division.
Pick.
Yeah.
They should. You are right that they should absolutely.
For a team that loves to go off in November, you need to go off in November this year. You need to get a ground ahead of Buffalo, Tampa, and Florida before they all get healthy. Because you got to remember, Buffalo's going to get Jack Quinn back too halfway through the year. That kid tore his knee. He'll be back.
I forgot he tore his knee. Shit.
Yep.
But anyways, you got Pierce. Where you got Toronto? 2.
Yeah, I got Toronto too. Like again, I said Buffalo's my Kool-Aid pick, but realistically, Toronto should win that division.
All right, I got Toronto 2. Dylan.
Like they could win the President's Trophy. They are a good team.
I love this game. This is a great time. I love this song. Let's play it some more. Great, insane. I can't even say great. Unfucking believable forward core. A defense that is quite spotty, but has gotten them through the last few years. John Klingberg, absolute buffoon in his own end. Boy, does he
say that? But you got a full year of Jake McCabe.
Dude, Jake McCabe, but Klingberg, I want to get this guy has been a point producer his entire career, and people look at last year and judge him by that. I'm sorry, motherfucking 2002-23 Anaheim. That's not the player he's going to be. And he just went to the most prolific offense in the NHL.
He's going to be their new Jake Gardner. Get excited, Leafs Nation.
You know what? Honestly,
let's just hope they don't get to a game
Klingberg
7 in Boston.
In that role, the Jake Gardner role, I'd take him over Jake Gardner any day of the fucking week. And I do not like the money they gave him. I don't think he needed to give him 4.15. I don't think they needed a guy like that. But he's there. And the more I watch him and the more that I think about it, I like this. I like it. I like the player, you know?
More of it.
I like it. I love it. Yes, I would absolutely like more.
Me when I am a Nashville Predator.
Me
Oh.
when Cole Smith scores.
Such an awful
Literally, bro.
goal song.
Literally.
There are goal songs. Oh, there's a
Tommy Novak
connection
and Luke
between
Evangelista.
Toronto and Nashville. 2 goal songs that need to be win songs. I'm just saying. Very passionate about this.
All right. Over under 105.
Over.
Like this team not only
This
could
team
win
should have
a division,
110
like,
points minimum.
they could win
Yep.
the division. Yeah.
And if
Not
they
just
pull
our
some
division,
1920
President's
shit, trade Nylander.
There's
What do you think
It
about that?
could
Do you think they
happen.
should re-sign Nylander or trade him?
Re-sign him. But what do I know?
yeah.
What do I
I
know?
wonder what I'm gonna say.
Like, my thing is just like, you either, if you're not going to be all around good, be really, really fucking good at something. And right now, they're really fucking good in forward. Don't change that. Unless he wants $10 million, like it's rumored, then yeah, you're going to have to change. But
Also, I just got
Let's hope that cap goes up.
This team puts 1920 Blackhawks to fucking shame. They should take this division. I'm not sure they do, but they should. And I sure.
I was saying
hope they do.
1920 Leafs, not Blackhawks.
Oh,
like,
I was
everything's going wrong.
That's a very interesting comparison. Like, no, I see what you mean, though. Absolutely, absolutely see what you mean. But yeah, should win. Will they? To be seen.
Will they? Won't they? All right, let's get this last division done.
All right,
Carolina. Now, I really like Carolina's team, but they
One
have
of my
the
4
highest,
juggernauts. Sorry.
They have the highest over-under. They have 109. That's very high. But
And I think they
they're a
will
good
go
team.
over.
They're such a good, well-rounded team. Like, doesn't matter what goalies they have this year. It always seems like every couple of years they like flip around their goalies, like recycle their goalies, get new goalies. They have Anderson, Ranta. Their defense is just always deep, and their forward core is just always deep. Like, you got Svechnikov, you have Aho, like Tavo. Like, they're just
Michael Bunting
deep everywhere. But that's right, Michael Bunting is on that team.
that's why they're my President's Trophy winners this year, simply for Michael Bunting.
Real. I like Carolina. Like, they're one of the 4 juggernauts. I'd have them winning the division if New Jersey didn't exist. Just same thing every year with Carolina. Can the goaltending stay healthy? And I need to see how Svechnikov is off this knee injury, because I don't know. Like, we've seen it. It takes a while for them to come back to their full self after a massive injury like that. So that'll be interesting to see, because I feel like if they have Svechnikov last year, that's the difference maker against Florida.
Yeah,
like Kachuk was, but
yeah, like they got
some
swept, but they were all like 1-goal games.
they were in
against
every
Carolina.
game.
Yeah, or against Florida. Sorry. They also signed Orlov. Like,
We saw what Orlov did for Boston offensively. Oh man, he's gonna cook with this fucking team.
Orlov, Slavin,
this
Burns,
team.
Shea,
D'Angelo.
Pesci,
Did they fucking
D'Angelo.
re-add D'Angelo? Was it?
Yep.
I think.
I mean, we all know D'Angelo awful, but like he puts up points. That's his role. We know that.
Yeah, I will say, I hate to admit it, he's part of it. I love their commitment to just get guys who score fucking points, man. Burns, Orlov, D'Angelo. You still got Slavin, Pesci on the team. Oh my goodness, those 2 kind of rounded out, but there's such a commitment to offensive defensemen. And you know what? I think that's great. I think the league needs more of that. The Leafs are doing it. Carolina's doing it, in my opinion, better. And I love that. I love that.
Carolina to me is like 1-star forward piece away from being like a lock-in like cup favorite, like a Vegas level cup favorite for me.
Haven't they always? It's so frustrating with that team.
Because I just feel like they have the defense, like the goaltending can hold its own in the playoffs. Like they just need that extra goal to get like past, even win a game in the conference final. So, and they're at the point now where it's like doesn't matter where they finish, they just need to take that next step in the
Win a
playoffs.
conference final game.
The next
win a
step is win a
conference
conference
final
final game, and I shouldn't laugh too much because the Leafs just get out of the goddamn second round.
You got the first round now. Now it's second, baby steps. Number 2, Carolina, over under 109. I really like Carolina, but I'm going to go. For me, I'm going to go slight under.
I'm going over just because I think them and New Jersey are going to be neck and neck at the top. Like, I think they're both going to be over 110.
I didn't know they were that slutty, but We'll lead
Going on to a
off
great
with
Metro, another great Metro team that had nothing going wrong with them like a few weeks ago, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh, yeah.
Lot of-
Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
All I'm gonna say about them is goaltending still reeks. Don't care. Like they stop ruining their prospects. Like don't tank Juracek's development. Don't tank Fantilli's development. Try to salvage Kent Johnson and Cole Sillinger while you still can. And let's see if Johnny Gaudreau and Patrick Laine can hit those high point totals that everyone think they can hit. Because we know Gaudreau can. Laine, he hasn't done it in a couple years. So, and now he's playing center.
Is Laine playing center? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not.
What?
Yeah, he's playing center in Columbus.
Oh,
What?
boy.
Yeah, like
That is
What
a
the
fascinating.
flipping door.
him, Gaudreau, and someone else.
That is. I need to watch Columbus now, just for that.
Can we stream Columbus games this year? All of them, please. Thank you.
Just watching
Yeah,
Patrick. Laine.
Johnny Gaudreau, Patrick Laine, Kirill Marchenko. That's the top
No, we
line.
only stream
That is
ISO cams of Patrick Laine.
hilarious.
Mhm.
Look at him on the bench. Just look at that specimen. Oof.
Also, Ivan Provorov, Damon Sevic in top pair. How are we feeling about that? Adam Boquist, Eric Goodbranson third pairing is cracking me the fuck up. I'm sorry. That's amazing.
Oh, Adam, how
What a
fall,
vibes pairing.
how fall you have fallen from grace.
I mean, he should be used to it. He's played with Keith before. It's another defenseman he can't defend
Listen,
at the end of his career.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm Ken, and she's Barbie. Oh, that's so funny.
But
Columbus.
Kenneth.
What do I have them? I have them 6th, actually.
Wow!
Wow! Yeah,
Yeah,
Columbus
it's
over under 72. I'll go slightly over. Why not?
Over by 5 points.
What was that again? The over under?
72.
A little over.
Yeah. So yeah, I have them 6th. New Jersey Devils. This for me is my number 1 pick of the division. Another team that could be in the running for the President's Trophy.
Oh, of course, the woke left supporting satanic teams. What a surprise!
If it was called the New Jersey Gods, you wouldn't care at all.
No, I don't like New Jersey. Come on, it's a Joyzy thing.
It's a Joyzy thing. Coyle, it's a Joyzy
Come on,
thing.
Coyle.
It's Coyle.
The
All
team's
right.
loaded from top to bottom, though. Like they just need the goaltending just needs to sustain, and I mean the Leafs aren't the best forward core. The Devils are the best forward core. I can probably say that.
They got
It's
Tyler
like,
Toffoli. They
Yeah.
are so stacked, dude.
they're gonna have Luke Hughes for a full year on that back end. It's gonna
Simon
be
Nemec
huge.
is in the minors. Like Akira Schmid might be him in goaltending.
Timo Meyer got rid of that ugly ass number. That's
Yeah, Timo Meyer for a full
Maybe you
year.
got rid of that yee ass number.
It was a ES number, 96.
He's still wearing 96.
He was wearing 28.
No, he's wearing
No, he's right.
96. I'm
Hey,
looking at
hey,
it. I'm looking at
guys.
Daily Faceoff right now.
What a loser. Never mind.
Guys, you know what would have been funny if he reversed the 9 and 6 and it was 69. Now I would get a chuckle out of that personally. I don't know.
How
By the
do
way,
you come up with this? It's
Top
just
6:
so-
Toffoli, Hughes, Bratt, Meyer, Heischer, Mercer.
Ooh.
That's fucking disgusting.
Nuts
That is nasty.
everywhere.
Third line's Palat, Holla, Holtz. Like that's
Gross.
a deep fucking.
Gross.
Literally, my only gripe I have with
Cheers.
the team is their third pair eventually is going to be Kevin Ball and Brendan Smith, which is kind of cheeks. But like top 4 with like Siegenthaler, Hughes, Hamilton, Marino, that's fucking solid.
Oh no,
What
they
you gonna
might
do
have to
with
get
all that
Simon Nemec to replace Brendan Smith. Oh no. New Jersey Devils are in the oh no territory now. We're like, oh no.
Oh
What's your
no!
problem?
Shut the fuck. Let the nipples grow.
Just let me grab my manager here.
Oh no!
Devils, 105, way over. You know what? I'm gonna make it official right here. I think the Devils win the President's Trophy.
All right, I got them
Just-
first as well,
take
but
it.
my
God, you know
President's
what?
Trophy pick is still the
This
Stars.
fucking team, last year we were laughing at them for not making moves, and now we got Pierce firmly saying President's Trophy in this bitch.
What? Who is their GM again? I forget his name, but he's been doing
Tom Fitzgerald
Tom Fitzgerald. Yes.
probably should be exec of the year this year, but they'll give it to Lou Lamoriello again.
The Lou Lamoriello Award of Excellence.
Oh Christ!
Speaking of Lou Lamoriello, I mean, not just his former team, the New Jersey Devils. Let's go on to his current team. the New York Islanders.
Ooh, transition.
Here's my hot take.
Let's hear it.
Uh-oh.
They're my second wild card team.
Ooh.
They're making it over Pittsburgh.
Really?
They're making it over
Whoa.
Washington,
Ooh.
and they're making it over like Ottawa. Like I think this team is going to, they can stay healthy. They're gonna have a full year of Bo Horvat. They barely made the playoffs last year, even not looking good. So even if they could look competent, I think they're gonna like Sorokin's just gonna carry again. And if they could score goals and Barzell doesn't miss a significant portion of the season, like I don't know, man. They're that's a team that always finds a way, and I can't write them off, even with how stacked some of these teams look on paper.
You're right. I have them seventh, but like everything you said, like they're gonna sneak into the playoffs and like go to the conference final. So you're welcome, Islanders fans. I don't know. I just look at that team, like incredible. Like Sorokin's arguably a top 5 goalie in the NHL. Like just so good. Should have been a Blackhawk. I hate you, Darren Dreger. Anyway, but I just look at that offense and no. But that, all that being said, like that's probably what they're going to do. They're going to stick in the wild card and have another deep playoff run.
Fifth. Fuck it. I don't know. I have Columbus at 6, by the way. New York at 5th. Or New York Islanders at 5th. Man. Who do we have next? Rangers.
Yeah, the other New York team, the Rangers. Man,
It's a pretty
really
fluke three, in my opinion.
that year, 2022, when they were up 2-0 against the Lightning, that was their year. Like they could still have another deep playoff run, but I just feel like that was their time to at least make it to the Stanley Cup final. Like,
Yeah, I remember watching hockey with good old Big Chongus the other day.
hell yeah.
And I believe he was the one who said to me, he's like, I can't believe they were up 2-0 against Tampa and they blew it. And it's just that, that bitch farm guy remembers. I remember when the New York Rangers were up 2-0 on Tampa Bay Lightning. Feels like forever ago, but man, that was their year. They cost it. And they seem, in this division, they seem to be, in my opinion, where the Maple Leafs were for a couple of years. You're a firm number 3. I don't think you're beating the 2 above you. I don't know.
The 2022 Rangers felt like the 2018 Winnipeg Jets were like, that was their time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
No, that's fantastic. That's a great comparison.
But they couldn't do it.
Nope. They even fell out in the first round the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also, I think Igor's going to carry them to the playoffs regardless.
Oh, easily. Yeah, they're still an easy playoff team. Like,
yeah, I think they're like, and I say firm, I mean, I think they're like almost guaranteed to be 3rd. I don't think this team doesn't make the playoffs. I just don't see that happening.
for me, that top 3 in that division is so stacked. Like, I have New Jersey 1, Carolina 2. Like, over under is 103. I might even just take the over on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're consistent enough. I just don't know, like, if they can compete, like, stay with Carolina and New Jersey.
I'm going to go slight under.
What was it again? The over?
103.
I'm just gonna say 100. Honestly, under.
They'll still get 100 points.
Yeah, defo.
All right. The Philadelphia Flyers.
Worst team in the league. Second worst team in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trey Travis Konechny.
To us. We're second.
Yeah. Real.
I wouldn't mind. Oh, for a second. Yeah.
But like they need to start like unloading so they can stink because they're
They
bad.
started doing it. They got rid of Provorov. That's the
Got
worst
rid of
thing
Hayes.
you get rid of. Oh, am I right?
Mm-hmm. You got Couturier coming back this year. That's exciting.
That is
it's a big
that is pretty cool. Like he was big. He's been gone for almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he can find his game again. Maybe he doesn't have his best year, but it's good to see him back on the ice and start looking at BU tape. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's like the bottom tier in the NHL for this year. Just watch BU.
Yeah, just go watch BU. You'll be way happier. because you'll see the future. Or
That
go
was like-
watch go watch Sochi. Go watch Michkov.
You say go watch Ahsoka. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess if that's what you're
I
into.
mean, if you want.
I mean, you didn't have to say it. You're not wrong. It's a TV show. Yeah, I mean, just worst in the division. I'm not really keeping track of like teams, conferences, connected to each other. But I would say they're easily bottom three. I would not think they're the worst, just because I think Anaheim is still just so unfathomably bad.
For me, it's San Jose. San Jose is the worst.
Yeah, Philly's third worst in the league because it's not a question where they are in this division. It's a question where they are league wide. I'm gonna say third worst. Yeah.
Are they worse than the Blackhawks? I think they are. A little bit.
I honestly, I think Philly, San Jose,
Wouldn't surprise me.
and Anaheim have made it very hard for the Hawks to finish last.
Wonder if they trade Carter Hart this year.
I would like the Blackhawks to. Well, they have goalies, but like I think Carter Hart would be an interesting gamble.
Like replace Mrazek with Hart next year.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm not against it. Yeah, I mean, it's a good bet to take. It's a very good bet to take.
I feel the Flyers are like the Blackhawks last year, where I feel there's like actually hope with how they drafted them taking Mitch Coffey.
Who is their GM? Is Daniel Briere still the GM?
Danny Briere? Yeah, it's Danny Briere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for him.
Over under 75 under.
Asunder, you stink.
Under.
Ooh, you stink.
The
Let's
dark
go
pussy.
in the same state to Pittsburgh.
I want to start this off by being a pessimist for one reason only.
What?
It should be easy to be like
No.
drink the Kool-Aid and be like, oh, this team's gonna make the playoffs.
That's me.
Last year was the first time that Crosby and Malkin stayed healthy all 82 games, let alone Erik Karlsson too, if we want to throw him in there. I don't want to be that guy, but I can't see a world where they go 82 games without one of these guys getting hurt. And I don't know what this team's going to look like if one of these guys gets hurt, because they don't have the depth that normal Pittsburgh teams we normally see have.
They don't have Connor Sherry.
They don't have him. They're not going to win.
Oh, no.
They don't have Derek Brassard.
Wait, Mikhail Granlund, where is he?
They don't have Oli Mata.
Wait, where the fuck is Mikhail Granlund, actually? That's a good
He's in San Jose. He was part of the Carlson trade.
And also, I don't like Tristan Jarry still.
One of the trades of all time. Or
Yeah.
players of
That
all
was
time, sorry.
definitely a trade.
I have them at 5th in the
It
division.
also kind of
Also, Gensel being out sucks. Like, that does not help their situation at all.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Like last year's Penguins kind of remind me of like the 18-19 Blackhawks. Like you got incredible seasons out of your top two franchise players. They stayed healthy the whole year, and you missed it.
Imagine if they won after Hamilton, or they got Hamilton that year, that offseason. Completely different team going into 2019-20. It's all about the Blackhawks here, baby. Come on now.
Damn right.
Pierce.
That was kind of
I'm
funny
with
on
you.
the Black.
I'm putting them in the first wild card, or in the in fourth spot. I think they get second wild card.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if I believe in the pick, but I want it to happen.
Yeah, it's more so I don't necessarily believe in it. I just kind of want to see Carlson, Crosby, Malkin play in the playoffs.
I need it. Come on,
Just
it would be. It's not people saying last dance. That's pretty laughable. But
you have to be a good team for that to happen. I don't think the Penguins are that great.
Yeah, you aren't coming off of 2016-17. This is much different. But those three players going on a crazy ass run. Fuck it. Yeah. Sign me up. Yeehaw. Let's go.
Yeah, I have Pittsburgh fourth, wild card second. Over under is 97. I'll go a bit under, but
Under.
95.
Yep, and the last team, Washington Capitals, kind of the same boat.
I think
Right
Except
above Philly.
you go, Schmitty.
I just want to start with Washington by saying I think they have three main concerns. And if these concerns are either not met or found a way to be mended, I could see them being a wild card team this year. But it's still the same thing as last year. I don't trust Darcy Kemper with that workload. I don't trust him to have 55 starts and give Charlie Lindgren 30, which is probably what they're going to do. I don't like that at all. I don't trust that. health is still a big concern. I know Backstrom's looked great in the preseason, which is good to hear. He seems fully recovered from that hip injury or whatever it was. They need Kuznetsov to take a step this year. Hopefully Pacioretty can not be made of glass because that could be a good addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born with glass bones.
Literally, bro.
Uh,
And then, I mean, Ovi even missed time last year for different reasons, obviously. But
That's the
yeah,
biggest thing with the Capitals. Like, obviously, they're thinking, yeah, we want to make the playoffs and win a Stanley Cup. But I think most like outside perspectives are like, is Ovechkin gonna break the goal record?
mhm.
That's what we're gonna be watching, and don't doubt Ovi.
back
If
to-
not this year, then next year certainly. What is he at right now? I gotta check.
I got them right
probably
ahead.
hit it in like 2 seasons.
Right
Yeah,
ahead.
he got 800 against us, which was pretty cool. Pretty freaking sweet, I say. I love how I look up Ovechkin and just the first picture of him is throwing a football. What a Chad. Yeah, Ovechkin is at 822 goals. The all-time record is 892. So probably not this season, but definitely next season.
At
If he
least
stays
in
healthy.
3 years,
Please,
bare minimum.
please. No.
But and also the one last concern I have is just the defensive depth. Like I don't think they have as strong of a defense as they did in years past, and we'll see if it can hold.
No, they don't have Brooks Orpik, so that should tell you everything right
Ah,
Or Niskanen, or any of the guys that were on their really good teams. But hey,
Christian
they got Nick
Schultz.
Jensen, so we'll see if that
player
works.
for sure.
Over under
Yeah,
83.
man.
I'd still go over, but I don't have them make the playoffs. I have them finishing fifth. Just
Yeah, I have them 6th.
I have them 7th, man. That team just, I don't like them in terms of staying healthy. I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's really anything on the back end besides John Carlson, and I just don't think there's really enough depth with this team
What
to
could have
take
been Black
anywhere.
Dog. Oh, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but I have to because I just looked at their daily faceoff lines. Lucas Johansson finally made the team out of camp after 7 fucking years as being a prospect.
Drafted
I
ahead
don't
of
even know
Alex
who that
Johansson.
is, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's been in their program forever. Like,
Never mind. Second.
he got drafted in 2016 in the first round. He's finally
Wow.
making the team. That's insane.
Igor Korshkov got here before then.
Always got to tie it back to the Leafs, don't you? Every time. Oh boy.
Oh shit, we could get to Brinket here, Travis.
Travis Cole Smith.
Get excited, Leafs Nation.
Stop.
But
What
yeah,
do you think about Sam Lafferty getting traded? We didn't touch on that. What do you think about the Laugh Man going to Vancouver? Going to the West Coast?
Damn shame, dude. I don't know. I don't see why the Leafs are we just hold on to him. He's good.
we got a second for him, lol.
Day Vision Masterclass, that's all I can say.
I don't know. I just don't see why Trey Living need to do that. The Trey Livenomics are not adding up.
Did you not tree
You're
leave
not
enough? Did you not
trading-
tree leave enough in that one?
I did not.
You're not Trey Live Laugh loving enough.
I'm really
God
not
damn
Trey
it.
Living, Trey Laughing, or Trey Loving.
I'm gonna
right
go
now.
watch Tree Evangelion. Jesus.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Neon Genesis Trey Evangelion.
And the whole movie's about him having to get rid of William Nylander. All right.
You don't need
We
to
made it.
We need to find a trade
Yeah,
partner.
it only took us almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
All right, let's quickly go over. Oh, wait. No. We have to do our award predictions. And then we'll recap everything, and then we'll.
All right. Well, who do you got winning the MVP? This is a tough one, fellas.
Literally, it's McDavid, but like if it's not McDavid, who else would it be?
I'll just stick on my Stars hype, Jason Robertson.
Respect. Hey, I'll say what I said earlier. Jack Eichel, 100 points. Let's do it.
Oh, actually, no. I take that back. Jack Hughes.
I
That's a
was
good one, too. What are those Jacks?
You got two. We got 2 here for Jack Hughes. Yep.
And then Norris, I got Heiskanen.
Yeah,
Colleen.
all in.
I remember you mentioning that earlier. That's a
I
good
really,
pick.
I really like that pick. I don't know, man. He's just something else.
I think Pierce is going to go Tony D'Angelo or Ivan Provorov. I can feel it.
Now, what would you believe?
I think Brandon Manning could make a big return to the NHL if given enough time.
Oh my gosh.
Norris is not out of the question.
Big
Big character guys. Big.
I don't know about you
heroes.
guys, but I'm all in on the Zaitsev train. But
Oh boy.
Real.
actually, Norris is a tough one because, like,
Yeah, Pierce.
I wanna
There's a
be-
lot of defensemen in the NHL. Pierce, we know that.
you know what? Let's go.
John Klingberg.
God fucking damn.
Yeah, John Klingberg.
No, wait. Can I please have one more addition to my guesses?
What?
Connor Timmins.
All right. All right. I'm glad we chose the AHL Defenseman of the Year, too. This is great.
uh,
I'm genuinely having a tough time coming up with that. I'll just go Makar. Why not?
fuck it. We're going McCarr.
What does it mean to play us out? So
What's
there's a nod.
next?
Vesna.
Oh, shit. I forgot about this. Let's go Sorokin or Ottinger. Like, those are probably my two bets right now.
Metro is fucking stacked. I'm going Shesterkin. I don't know.
I like that.
He just not the preseason really means much at the end of the day, but he just looks like he is in midseason form. So
Surprised you didn't go Joseph Wool.
No, it's Martin Jones.
No, I was- I mean, I was gonna say Krister's good. No, not Krister. No.
Krister's Kozlevskis. Let's go.
Almost beat Canada by himself. Let's
Maybe Eric
go.
Shalgren could maybe make a
Excited.
big return. But you know, at the end of the
Eric
day,
Sparks.
I'd say my biggest guess is Matt.
Calvin Pickard, baby.
Can't afford to lose Calvin Pickard, guys.
That was a bit of a jump scare the other day. I got a Calvin Pickard jump scare watching the
Oh.
Oilers.
God.
Give me flashbacks of when fucking the Calvin Pickard waiver sweepstakes were a fucking thing back in God knows when.
Real.
Uh,
Pierce, who's your Vesna winner?
Vesna, I had it. Oh, yeah. Fuck it. Bobrovsky is just going to go off this year.
Shut up! You're gonna do it again.
If you get that right, that's fucking.
No, Pierce. Pierce with he is.
I'm here for it though.
I think if there's anybody who personifies Steve Dangle's voodoo wizardry bullshit
It's
saying,
Bobrovsky.
it's Sergei motherfucking Bobrovsky.
Oh my God, he's gonna get the fucking Vesna like Rene did the year after they made the cup, because he's gonna be fucking cracked. Oh my
I
He
didn't
still
think
got
of
the
it
cocaine in the
I
system.
didn't
He's
think of it
jacked
from
up. He's just
Oh, that's a good pick.
Actually, you know what? Switching Makar. I'm still like thinking on the Norris pick. I'm like, Makar one is so bland. I think Fox should get one. Fox is nasty.
Didn't Fox get it last year, or am I stupid?
No, I think it was Makar one over Fox.
No,
They
you
go
didn't.
Fox
You're
is-
stupid, anyways.
That's so
Wait.
funny.
Dude,
What?
I'm just trying
I
out
even
here.
heard what you said. What?
So funny.
You're making
Yeah,
me
Vesna,
do.
lock it in. Bobrovsky. Selkie.
Philip to know.
I respect it.
Oh, good
I re
stuff.
24 pecked it. if
I
that's-
almost went Sorelli, but
24 packed it. Come on, man.
Cole Gutman.
let's go, baby.
No, come on.
I didn't
let's
know
be
we
real.
were the Evolving Wild podcast,
Jason
guys.
J-
Gosh.
No. I'm gonna go real evolving wild here. Joel Eriksson.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's
And that's
gonna
That's
win
actually
one
like
eventually.
good. I was gonna say that too, actually. So, fuck it, sure.
All right, there we go.
The Evolving Wild podcast has officially begun. Let's get that name changed.
Oh yeah, we don't take showers. We're disgusting.
Shut the fuck up! Why is there literally a commercial for fucking shampoo and conditioner right in front of me?
Oh, I'm in your walls, obviously.
Evolving Wild. Take notes for my monitor.
All right, what's next?
Jack Adams Award. So basically, which team do we think is gonna overperform?
Rod Brindamore.
Rarely does it go.
Robert
to, like,
Moore
an
feels
actual
like the
good coach.
perennial fucking Jack Adams winner. Oh, man, oh man, what you guys thinking?
Gabe Hackstall in Seattle.
I was dead serious. I'm picking Brindamore.
No, I got Dave Hackstall. I think Seattle's gonna have another good year, and I think he's gonna be.
Sorry, he's a hack and he's gonna stall.
We're like Hackstool, like poop. Am I right?
You're so funny.
Yeah, he is funny, dude. No, he's not.
So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna go cry now. No.
God.
Okay. I think we covered everything except the Calder.
Paul Maurice. No.
Bedard
Yeah.
and Cooley.
Paul
No.
Maurice.
Okay.
Calder. Let's go. Get
Who the
excited.
fuck coaches Buffalo? Is it Ralph Kruger
No.
again?
Who does coach?
It's Don Granado. It's the old Hawks AGM.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fucking
It's
guy.
the old guy on Colleton's staff back in the day.
I asked the
Yeah.
fucking guy, and he said, "Come in."
Yeah, it's Don Granado. Sure.
Real. All right.
I mean, yeah, Calder, fuck it, Bedard. Why not?
Yep.
Wait, what were we talking about? Calder?
Yep.
Connor Bedard.
Bedard. All right.
Bedard.
We need to really stop overhyping him, guys. You know, it's just not going to be that good.
Are we really showing highlights of him not scoring a goal?
I cannot believe that in the preseason he has not scored a single goal. Don't we all know the preseason is the most important plays in hockey? Gosh, what happened to you fans?
And then he scored the empty net goal, and Ben's like, "Oh, we should be like showing this all over the place since he scored a goal." Shut up. We always get NHL fans complaining, we don't market the sport enough. And then as soon as like we show hype towards Bedard, he's like, we shouldn't mark him that much. If you do that, then we're gonna hate him. They're setting him up for failure. I mean, no, it's you who's doing that. I'm gonna enjoy Bedard. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of Bedard.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What's up next?
That's what I have to say.
We're at the 2-hour mark now, guys. Let's wrap this up. I'm getting tired. Like,
okay.
Getting sleepy.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and we shall commence next time when Connor Bedard has played an NHL regular season game.